Hello friends, welcome all of you on your own YouTube channel Lakshya Basic Knowledge Hub. Today we are going to understand human anatomy. Friends, the word anatomy is taken from the Greek word anatom, means dissection. Dissection means the surgical removal of the skin of any living being to understand the internal organs of the body. Anatomy covers all living beings including animals, trees, birds and human beings. All the living beings are studied under anatomy to study the structural organization of the body parts. Anatomy helps us to know about the body parts, shapes, weight of the organs, how they are linked together, blood vessels and innervation of an organ. Guys, now we will see little bit history of an anatomy, which is associated with many tales and stories which are extremely scary. The history of anatomy is very old, but we know basic anatomy from 1600 BC. Edwin Smith's Surgical Papyrus, an ancient times Greek book, is the proof of anatomy as being done in 16th century. This book was purchased by Edwin Smith in 1862. Then the book named as Edwin Smith's Surgical Papyrus. This book is written in Greek language. This book is also known as Secret Book of the Physician. Guys, you can see the picture exhibiting the page of Edwin Smith's Surgical Papyrus. This book shows that our heart, blood vessels, liver, hypothalamus, uterus and bladder were recognized in 1600 BC. And also this is described in the book that blood vessels emanate from the heart. Leonardo da Vinci was an artist who used to make pictures of anatomy in 1489 and continued his work for 2 decades. Guys, you can see the pictures which was being made to understand anatomy. This is picture of arms and legs bones. This is picture of body. This is picture of pregnant lady of old anatomy practices. Guys, this is picture of modern anatomy. You can see that in how much accuracy our body organ parts are shown in the picture. Guys, this is most important to know how we reached to this point of modern anatomy. Guys, now we take a short look all history of anatomy. Guys, during 18th century in America and Britain, lots of medical schools were being started. This necessitated anatomy classes. And the need of cavaders or corpses started. But at the time this was difficult for the medical schools to get daily fresh corpses to teach medical students the subject of anatomy. This necessity initiated grave robbing, in which fresh corpses were used to rob from their graves. Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia and many other big cities of the world were renowned for grave snatching. In 1827 to 1828 Burke and Hare brought a new dimension of getting corpses. They used to kill innocent people and sell their crops to the doctors for anatomy. This incident was recorded in the history. Guys, you can also think how many incidents like this took place in human history but not recorded. Then in 1832 Britishers announced Anatomy Act 1832. According to this act, the criminals who used to get capital punishment, their corpses will be given to hospitals for anatomy purpose. This way modern anatomy started. Guys, now we will understand the methods and branches of anatomy. There are basically 4 methods of doing anatomy. Number 1 is dissection, in which skin removal of human body is done to see the inner parts of the body and do anatomy. Second, gross anatomy, in which anatomy is done through naked eyes, no equipments are used. Third is microscopic anatomy. In this method we use a microscope for the anatomy. Fourth is modern techniques of anatomy. In this method many machines are used to perform anatomy like X-ray, ultrasound, colonoscopy, angiography, endoscopy. Guys, now we are going to understand branches of anatomy. Number 1, regional anatomy. In this branch any particular body's region is studied like hands, legs, chest. Number 2, systemic anatomy. In this branch we study especially on the different body systems like digestive system, nervous system, cardiovascular system. Third is applied clinical anatomy. In this branch we study diseases like asthma, fever. Fourth is functional anatomy. In this branch we study the structure and functions of the organs of the body. This is similar to physiology. Fifth is cross-section anatomy. In this branch we use MRI machines to study deeply about an organ. Sixth is cytology. This branch deals with the study of body cells and its parts. Seventh is osteology, in which we study the bone system in the body. Eighth is arthrology, in which we study the different joints of the body. Ninth is splanchnology. In this branch we specially study the viscera organs. 10th is myology. In this branch we study the muscle system of the body. 11th is neurology. In this branch we study the nerves and the nervous system. 12th is angiology. In this branch, we basically study the blood vessels and lymphatic. 13th is endocrinology. In this branch, we study about the endocrine system and hormones. 14th is dermatology. In this branch, we study the diseases of the skin and its derivatives. Guys, there are mainly 11 systems in our body on which anatomy is done. You can see on the screen. Number 1, nervous system. The system has two parts. First is central nervous system and second is peripheral nervous system. Second is respiratory system. In this system we study lungs, bronchi, alveoli. Third is digestive system. In this system we study stomach, intestine, liver. Fourth is circulatory system. In this system we study mainly arteries and veins in the body. Fifth is skeletal system. In the system we study the bones in the body. Sixth is reproductive system. In this system we study male and female reproductive organs. Seventh is endocrine system. We study specially about the glands of the body in the system. Eighth is excretory system. We basically study about kidneys, urethra and ureter. Ninth is integumentary system. In this system we study about the skin and its derivatives. 10th is cardiovascular system. In this system we study about the heart. 11th is lymphatic system. In this system we study about the lymphatic nodes. Guys, we will study much about these systems in our next videos one by one system. And most importantly, closing this session with requesting to please subscribe, share and like the video for our motivation.